I was going to do a tier list thing, but I decided to just tell you my ranking of the top lucid dreaming techniques. So I'm going to rank them in order, starting with number 7, which I consider to be the worst, and then going all the way to number 1 at the end of the video, which is the best technique. Don't just skip to the end, because I'm going to explain some pros and cons of each one. I'm going to keep it very quick, and I'm also at the end of the video going to tell you a very important warning. Oh, scary. Okay. And by the way, this is just the worst out of the list that I have on my phone here that I have written down for you. So number 7, what I consider the worst compared to the other ones is reality checks. Reality checks are good, but as a technique, they're not that reliable. You often won't see your reality checks in your dream. You won't remember to do them in waking life. And sometimes you see them in the dream and they don't make you lucid. So they're not super reliable. If I had to say the most reliable check out of all of them, it's the nose pinch, but even that is not going to reliably make you lucid dream. Not as well as the other method. So reality checks is number 7. Number 6, so we're going towards the better techniques now. So number 6 is the wild technique, the wake-induced lucid dream. And the reason this is number 6 is because it's actually not that easy. It's quite difficult. For a beginner at least, it's very difficult to hold your attention consciously while your body falls asleep. Most people cannot do that because most people are not meditating for half an hour a day. I don't even meditate for half an hour a day. So, I meditate most days between 5 and 10 minutes. Some days I try and do longer, but I just want to keep it consistent. So if you're unable to meditate half an hour a day, it's very unlikely you're going to be able to keep your attention in place while you do the wild technique, which is necessary. So that's why it's number 6. Number 5, the filed technique. Now, this is an interesting technique. I actually made a video that got millions of views talking about this. It's the one where it says how to lucid dream in 9 seconds, and the picture's just me like with my fingers on a keyboard like that. This was one of the first videos I made that went viral. The filed technique is actually not that effective. I made it kind of to cover it and talk about it, but in terms of like compared to the other stuff, it's not going to be that effective, to be honest. But you can check it out, and it's definitely an interesting technique. Okay, number 4. Getting towards the better ones now. Wake back to bed. The reason it's number 4 is because it makes you tired and it's kind of difficult, but if you learn how to do it, it's very effective. Okay, so that's why that's number 4. By the way, leave a comment down below now while you're watching this, letting me know your favorite technique, because everyone's different, and I want to see actually the most upvoted ones of like the best, the most effective for you guys. So number 3 is the 90 aisle technique. This is a technique I made, and I don't want to explain it too much because it's kind of cool and it's also kind of complicated, but if you do it, highly effective. The reason it's number 3 is because it also makes you tired. So that's why it can't be number 1, because the best technique would be the one that just naturally, without any effort and without any difficulty, makes you lucid dream. The 90 aisle is not that technique. It will reliably get you to lucid dream almost 100% of the time, and sometimes multiple times a night, but it's going to make you tired. So that's why it's not the best. Number 2 is the dialed, the dream initiated lucid dream. And this is where the dream itself makes you lucid. You don't need to do reality checks if you don't want to. You don't have to wake up at weird times, and you don't really have to do anything to interrupt your sleep. The dream itself will make you become lucid. Isn't that cool? That is the best technique in my opinion. But it's not quite as good as number 1, which is the mild technique. Now, the mnemonically induced lucid dreaming technique, there was actually a study done fairly recently, and they found the mild, out of all the participants, was the most effective in getting people to lucid dream. The most reliable, the easiest, it didn't require interrupting their sleep, and it was very effective. Now, if you're watching this and you're wondering, okay, so the most effective is the mild, so you should, if you want to catch the low-hanging fruits, you should focus on that technique more than anything else. If you want to make lucid dreaming even more effective, there are things you can do within the mild technique, and also like the foundations around that technique, that will make it at least 5 times more likely that you're going to lucid dream more vividly, more reliably, and with less effort. So if you want to learn those things, those tips, they are in my some of them are in my free training, which you can check the link down below, click on the Lucid Breakthrough or the Breakthrough training. Link is in the description. Those tips there will really help you to reliably lucid dream.